goal without a plan is just a wish. And that's where most people fall off. And whether you want to cut, you want to build, or you just want to tone up, that's cool. That's cool. But how does the plan look? So that's what today's video is going to be about. Welcome back, y'all. 101 Kev. We're on day 3. Today's video is about building a fitness plan. Yesterday we talked about having like goals that are attainable. You know, we dug deep into that. But today we're going to talk about actually creating like a plan, because the way I think of it, when you're building a fitness plan, it's like building a blueprint or a map. You know, your end result is whatever your goal is, whether you want to, like I said, cut, grow, or you want to tone up, whatever you want to do, right? So first step is obviously you have to build your training blueprint. So you're not just going to just show up and just start winging it. Nah, you have to know what muscle you're hitting before you even get to the gym. So you, whether that is starting with like a push-pull legs split, or going upper body one day, lower body next day, just going back and forth, whatever is comfortable with you. That's like the biggest thing when coming down to building a fitness plan. So don't just show up and just start lifting random weights and think that you're just gonna get somewhere without, like I said at the beginning, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So if you got a goal but you're not planning towards getting there, you just wasting your time, you're just wishing. So you might as well just not do anything, because at that point you have to first, like I said, know what you're hitting. All right, bet. Let's say you want to grow your chest. You're not just gonna start off by trying to grow your legs. Nah, your main focus is your chest. So you're gonna look up, okay, what is a good training schedule that will allow me to hit everything but like focus mainly on my chest. So over time you'll start seeing the growth that you want to see. So first, start off by matching your workouts to your goal. So like I said, let's say you want to lose weight. Again, like a different example, let's say you want to lose weight. You're going to have a lot more like high intensity interval training workouts or HIIT workouts, or a lot more like cardio based workouts. You won't really be focused more on like getting the strength up as much as the intensity and getting those calories burnt. You know what I mean? Because when it comes down to losing weight, the biggest thing is burning more calories and staying in that deficit. So that actually goes next, hand in hand with my next point, which is if you're cutting, you got to think, all right, bet, higher reps, shorter rest time. So when I say reps, that's like the amount of times you're doing this. Let's say you're doing curls. This is 1 rep. Let's say you're doing shoulder press. This is 1 rep. You know what I mean? So whenever you're doing, like, you want to tone down or you want to cut, you want to do a lot higher reps. So instead of you doing like 3-4 sets of, let's say, 6 to 8 reps of high weight, you want to do moderate weight, but now you want to do 12 to 15 or till failure, whatever your like fitness goal is. So when I say short rest times, in between your sets, a set is like, earlier I gave the example of trying to build your chest, right? So let's stay with that. Let's say you go to the gym, you're trying to grow your chest. All right, bet, it's chest day. You go down to the bench. You're not obviously gonna start off doing 225. You're gonna break your neck. You're gonna break everything in your body. You're not gonna be able to lift it up. So obviously you're gonna start off slow. So let's say your max on bench is like 150, right? Cool. You're not gonna do 150 15 times if you're trying to tone up or get big. Nah, you're gonna do probably 155, you know, that progressive overload. And over time, you will start seeing the results that you want to see. So whenever you get that, let's say you're doing a set of 8 reps, you do 1, 2, 3, all the way to 8. That one little part right there, that is called a set. So whenever you're in between a set, that is what it's called a rest time. Because a lot of people, they'll hear these terms or they'll see videos or stuff like that, and they really don't know what it means. So I've had people like message me and be like, hey, Kev, I don't know, I've been working out for this amount of time, X amount of time, but I'm not seeing results. And I'm asking them, okay, how much time are you putting in between your sets for like rest time? Like how much rest time are you doing? They look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm speaking gibberish. And I'm just like, no, seriously, like you have to give your body enough time in between your sets for your muscles to recuperate and for that blood to start flowing. Because if you just, let's say you're doing like 4 or 5 sets of just curls over and over with no rest time in between, you're thinking that you're making your body stronger. You're thinking that your muscles are getting activated and you're growing your muscles. But in reality, what you're doing is you're overexhausting yourself. You're overworking yourself for no reason. So you have to also remember in this point, and with anything in life, quality is quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. So never try to do more than what you can just to look like that guy. Always make sure that whatever you're doing is necessary for your body and it's healthy for you. So when regarding rest times, make sure you're giving your body enough time. Me personally, depending on what like muscle I'm doing, if we're sticking to chest, I probably do like 2 to maybe 3 minutes in between a set just to like catch my breath, because I do a lot higher reps because I'm currently cutting. Usually I'm staying in a deficit, so I'd like to do a lot more reps. I don't really care about the weight. I just care more about the right form and feeling the activation wherever I'm training. So I try to give myself that time. That's why I said in yesterday's video, patience is a big part of this journey, because you're gonna try to catch yourself sometimes. Even me, I'll try to catch myself trying to do like supersets on everything. And like a superset is when you're doing one exercise and then you, instead of waiting or like giving your body that rest time, in order to save time or to maximize your workout, you try to go do another workout. So you have to remember that when we're doing this, you have to stick to what your goal is. So I kind of went a little bit off a tangent there, but I really hope that this is kind of making sense a little bit, that if you are trying to cut, make sure you remember, okay, less weight, more numbers. So just remember reps is numbers. So you just be like, all right, cool, I want to lose weight. I will lift the like moderate amount that it will feel heavy to me, but I'm not going to do like overly, because that's whenever you start getting more into that bulking, where you're focusing on that progressive overload. And that progressive overload means that, let's say you're training, you're doing a certain exercise, and you got to a point where you can't no more, like you physically cannot do. For me, I could tell that I'm on my like max if I can't do more than 8. If I can't do more than 8 on a certain machine or exercise, that's how I know that, okay, this is my max. So what I do is I track my workouts on my phone or whatever, or sometimes I just remember it. And so the next time I do it, I'll just add whatever the next weight is, and I'll see, okay, cool, I can handle this. I could do 8. So I don't really stick to 8. My number is 7. It's a whole different story. My favorite number is 7. Everything in my life is just 7, 7, 7. Like that's literally my number. So I stick to that number. So if I can't do more than 7, then I'm just kind of like, okay, let me stick to this and work on that. But if I could easily do 7 reps of something, that's whenever I know maybe I could move on to that next step. So progressive overload, that's what that means. So if you're trying to build muscle, like you want to like get big, you're a skinny guy, or even if you're a bigger guy too, but you want to like turn that like fat into muscle, all right, cool. So focus on that progressive overload, focus on lifting heavy, but have that controlled tempo. Don't just be out here doing stuff looking crazy. Like make sure you're researching what you're doing too. Don't just watch my videos or watch just one person's videos. Do multiple research, because what I've noticed about fitness and just in general is not everybody's videos or not everybody's content is meant for me. So just because it's like cool to watch doesn't mean that what they're saying will apply directly to you. So you could just watch there's certain people that I watch, I don't learn nothing from them. I just watch them just because it's cool, or just like, not just because it's cool, but because it's cool to me, yeah, because I like it, or because I find that person interesting or whatever, right? So whenever you're doing stuff in the gym, make sure you stay like informed. Make sure you stay informed. Don't be out here just doing stuff for no reason, or just doing stuff out of just pure, I would say, ignorance, because you really didn't know. But always, when you're doing your workouts, have controlled tempo, focus on full recovery too. So let's say you're doing a push-pull leg workout routine, like that's your split. Don't just like try to cheat the system and be like, all right, I'm seeing a little bit of progress in my chest or my shoulders or my biceps. Let me go ahead and skip legs and go do biceps or chest all over again. No, because that's whenever you get to that over exhausting your body, and then all of a sudden you injuring yourself or you not seeing the progress that you really want to see. So always remember that even if you're maintaining, just like mix both, you know, like right now, for example, I'm cutting. So what I do is I fast. I fast for other reasons, but that's also just what I've been doing before lately, whatever. So I don't eat until like a certain amount of time, and I have an 8-hour window. It's also called intermittent fasting. So if you've heard of it, you've probably, this is not your first time knowing about this. So what I do is I'll pick a certain time during the day and I'll start my window, and I only eat one meal a day, like one big meal a day. So that's towards the end of my day. So leading up to that, I'll have my protein shake, I have my fruits, I'll have whatever, my electrolytes, whatever, to keep me going. And then right before my workout, I have like a nice little pre-workout, not really a meal, but it's like a big snack. And then right after my workout, boom, that's when I eat. So that's what works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. I know some people tried it and they were just like 2 days in, they were like, Kevin, I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know how you do this. I've been doing this for over 3 years, so it works for me. Sometimes, you know, life happens and you kind of fall off, but stick to what works for you. That's my main point. In anything in life, not even just the gym, just like anything in life, stick to what works for you. Just because you see it work for somebody near, like close to you, even if it's your brother, your sister, your spouse, whatever, it might not work for you. Just keep trying to figure it out, keep doing more research, and eventually you will find the right routine for you, right? So that was my first part of this video, which is building a training blueprint. Now, second part would be like actually aligning your eating goals or your nutrition with what you're doing in the gym. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you could be training as hard as you can in the gym, but if you're not eating correctly and you're not doing what needs to be done outside the gym, everything in the gym doesn't matter. I would argue to say that, to be honest, I think what you do outside the gym, your eating habits, how you just, your mindset, everything outside the gym, I feel like is more important than training. Because whenever you're in the gym, you're just toning up what you're doing outside of the gym. Does that make sense? Like, for example, if all I eat is just McDonald's, when I go to the gym, I'm toning up my McDonald's body. But if I'm eating rice and chicken with veggies, and I'm eating my chicken wraps, or I'm staying in my goals, eating my steak and potatoes, whatever is necessary for my diet, and I'm starting to see that progress, that's from my clean eats, not from my bad eats. So you gotta remember, keep your eats good. Good eats, good. Bad eats, bad. Because whenever we like start to slip on our eating habits, that's whenever we start trying to make excuses like, oh, maybe it's because I'm not doing this, or maybe it's because I'm not doing this, or maybe it's the this in my body or that in my body. Then you start losing that motivation. Then it's just like a slippery slope. So we got to make sure that when we're on this mission, when we're on this journey, we stay as motivated as possible. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, your plate should really like match your purpose. So like whenever you're cutting, for example, like me, I stay in a deficit. So I don't go past 2,100 calories. I know for some people that's like insane, but the way I eat, if you saw the amount of food that I eat like in that 8-hour window, it would make sense how I don't really get hungry, because I snack a lot. And the food I eat, it's a lot, but it's not that many calories at all. So like I said, quality over quantity. You could eat a bag of chips for the same calories that you eat 3 or 4 cups of, like, I'm talking about bowls of fruit. So that's just like an example of matching your nutrition with your purpose. And now let's reverse that. If you're trying to bulk, or you're like a skinnier person, you're trying to get swole, you can't be over here just eating 2,100 calories and you just like losing more and more weight. You got to start doubling your calories. Like, let's say, all right, for example, for me, I'm 6'1", 180 right now. So my macros or my like eating habits matches my height and my weight. So let's say you're 5'5", you're 130. You can't be eating the same amount of food that I eat at 6'1", 180, because that's just insane. You will not match your goal. You will not reach your goals that you were trying to accomplish if you are eating like me. So you have to match whatever your nutrition goals is to your fitness purpose. So if you're maintaining, for example, focus on balance and timing. A lot of people, when they say they're just maintaining, they don't really know what that even really means, because they're just eating whatever and they're just kind of just like winging it. And if that's you, hey, more power to you. But if you're trying to, like, let's say you want to stay the same weight, but instead of you being lean 180, you want to be a more cut up, kind of toned up 180. All right, cool. Now, when you eat though, that's a big part. Like, do you eat early in the morning? Do you eat right before you sleep, which is a big no-no? But you're trying to like maintain. You have to make sure that you have that balance of like, okay, I'm gonna eat at this time, but not after this time. Because a lot of people don't understand that your body is like a machine. You have to give your body enough time to reset, to filter out all the food that we eat, especially the processed food that we eat. It takes so long to really filter out of your body that you have to really give your body enough time to digest the food. So I've done research. I don't know if this is 100% true, but from what I've seen, it says that your body needs at least 8 to 10 hours a day to digest food properly. And from what I've seen with my eating habits and my diet, it's been working out for me. I haven't really seen the bloatedness that I used to have back in the day when I was eating just at any time. And that's because I aligned my plate, my eating habits, with my nutrition or my fitness purpose. So the last thing that I really want to talk about, well, kind of just like the last big thing, is the recovery, right? So recovery is something that I don't really think is talked about enough as far as the training process, because it's not optional. Like, you have to give your body enough time to rest. You can't be out here in the gym every single day. I know there's some people that preach that no days off mentality, which I understand. If you're trying to reach a certain goal and you want to really lock in and get there, you try and do like one of those 75 hard challenges. I did one of those a few years ago, didn't finish it, but I did one of those. If it's one of those situations, all right, cool, do what you gotta do, but just be mindful that your body does need time to recuperate. Your muscles are extremely necessary for you. Like, you don't understand right now because maybe you're not at that age yet, but I'm 26, so I'm already starting to feel the repercussions of not properly prioritizing my recovery. Like stretching, that's a big thing for me. Like, I was not doing that, and now I'm starting to see that when I did stretch, and like the little times, because I would do it on and off. So like when I did stretch, I would start realizing that, man, like my body does feel a lot better, because you have to realize that your muscles don't grow in the gym, they grow outside the gym. Like when you're sleeping, that's why rest is important. Rest, get some sleep. Don't be out here sleeping only 4 hours a night and expect your body to get the results that you really want to see. No, like you have to get that 8 hours. Try to, I know it's not easy. I'm talking to myself too, because a lot of us have work schedules that don't allow us to, but try to prioritize your recovery. If you can, get as much rest as you can, because you will hit that wall fast if you don't recover right. You will. And the biggest thing in this like section right here, prioritizing recovery, drink your water. Drink your water. Like, I'm telling you, a lot of what your body is going through right now, you might feel like you're overweight. A lot of that is just a lack of just water. You're just bloated. You have too much salt in your body. You just too much sodium. So your body doesn't have enough time or not enough water to just filter it out. So just drink water, hydrate properly, and don't just drink water. Also do your research on like electrolytes. So I drink, not really like liquid IVs. I'll be doing like pink Himalayan sea salt. I do that sometimes with water, or sometimes I do the liquid IV. I really like Body Armor. Just like electrolytes are really necessary too, because they prevent cramping. It's really good for muscle recovery. The potassium in there, the potassium. That was the word I was looking for. I just kept saying electrolytes, but yeah, just always remember that this is going to be a journey and it's not going to be easy. So whenever you are doing this, map it out. Don't just do it without a plan. Map it out. Make sure that your plan aligns with your goals. Like, make sure that you're not just doing something and you know that you can't accomplish this. Like, you over there in the gym trying to practice doing a backflip. Why are you trying to practice doing a backflip for? Like, what purpose does that serve you? Or you over here doing Taekwondo, but you don't got no type of fights coming up. If that doesn't align with your goals, why are you doing it? Like, make sure that it makes sense too, because at the same time, time is of the essence. We don't have time to just be wasting no more. So make sure that we do things that will help us and help others as well. So this video was a little bit all over the place as far as like my points. I just wanted to like get more in detail because I'm just trying like different methods. So y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want me to do more like single point videos, where like kind of like yesterday, where I just talk about one thing and then I kind of give out bullet points, or do y'all want it more like the other day where it was just I gave y'all 5 different bullet points and I just kind of touched on all of them? So y'all just let me know if y'all want longer videos or I just talk about one topic, or y'all just want videos like this where I just kind of just bounce around. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all like the vid and you want to join the journey, make sure you like and comment, subscribe, hit that subscribe. We trying to do daily uploads because we really trying to like lock in and change our lives out here. We really want to. That's like the goal of this channel. If you subscribe to my channel, you are really serious about like not just logging in the gym, but just logging in life. Because there's a lot of things out here that try to keep us down, but we got to remember that if we all just have like-minded people around us and we all motivate each other, along with God, we'll be unstoppable. So there's a lot of things out here that are trying to keep me down currently, or just trying to, you know, keep my happiness down. But I got to remember that my purpose is bigger than just me. It's not just about how I feel. It's about how I can impact others. And whenever it is my time to leave this earth, it's not about what I did for myself, but it's about what I did for others and how did I serve God's kingdom. So at the end of the day, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But you got to remember that if you don't fight back, it's just always going to win. Last thing I'm going to let y'all go with is, it's not about what happens to you, it's about your reaction to it and what you do next. So you'll never know what a sunny day is until you go through the rainy days. So I don't know what made me say that, but that was just what I had in my heart. Appreciate y'all again for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow, man. 101 Kev, love you guys.